Schoolhouse here in the hamlet of Butterstone in Perthshire in Scotland for another one of our wee live concerts, and number 56 now we're up to, which is quite incredible. And most of you will have realised that I've spent all week building a shed. I had started it last weekend and I finished it today. Finally got the shed finished. And if I had sore hands last weekend, I now have big lumps of from working with hammers and things like that. And but anyway, the shed's finished. But I had no sooner had it finished than you'll notice I have got the band with me on stage. But we had a little bit of a fallout because the Tatty Faces have been watching me building it all week. And I could tell they were looking at it with kind of going, oh, there's a nice wee shed. So I'd no sooner finished it than they were in. And we had a bit of a fallout, but we managed to patch it up, and I've decided to give them the shed to live in, you know. But Mr. Tatty Face was saying he wants a wee plot of a wee garden plot in front of it, you know, so he can plant some potatoes. So I'm going to let him have a wee bit of as well for that. So they're very happy tonight, and they're very excited about their new home. Anyway, I'm going to start with this wee song. I'm hoping that my fingers will work. He walks, he does not run. He has no overwhelming need to fly. His heart remains unbroken. No need to search the sky. Me, I've never found that place. I wander recklessly, but I know that she will find me. I know that she will find me, even if I vanish without trace. Oh, and though I'm running blindly, I know that she will find me, hiding with the shadows that I chase. No one can rock his boat or make standing waves upon his sea. Everything is calm and even, steady, safe as it should be. But me, I've never found that place. Wander recklessly, but I know that she will find me. I know that she will find me, even if I vanish without trace. Oh, and though I'm running blindly, I know that she will find me, hiding with the shadows that I chase. Sometimes we search too deep, that's when the darkness feeds our fear. We turn away from one another, just in case we get too near. me I stand this mountain top. I shout so she can hear, and I know that she will find me. I know that she will find me, even if I vanish without trace. Oh, and though I'm running blindly, I know that she will find me, hiding with the shadows that I chase. And I know that she will find me. I know that she will find me, even if I vanish without trace. Oh, and though I'm running blindly, I know that she will find me, hiding with the shadows that I chase. Thank you very much. And that's my wee song, She Will Find Me. And fingers are beginning to warm up a wee bit. I thought I would do this wee song because a couple of people have asked me for it. And let's put this guitar away safely here. And I normally have a big long story that I tell to the beginning of this song, but I'm sure you've all heard the story so many times that so I'll do the little abridged version of the story. But I wrote this song after watching my father working with a scythe when I was a wee boy. And I kind of grew up in the country here, and my father worked on the land, and the scythe is the thing with the big blade, you know, and he was brilliant with the scythe. You know, he had this fantastic kind of rhythm and balance with it, you know, and sometimes when I would watch him, and there'd be this lovely kind of motion, this lovely sound, this lovely whoosh, and the blades of grass would just go like that, and he'd just go whoosh. And then sometimes he'd give me a shot of it, you know, and that would be like wrestling with a wild animal, you know. It would be, the point would stick in the ground, and the grass would all get tangled up in the scythe, and he'd be going no, and he would take the scythe back, and it would be this lovely whoosh. This is the bit of the story that I always tell. I'm actually telling the whole story now. I didn't anyway, and I would be going, how do you do that? You know, well, eventually I learned to work a scythe, and unfortunately, it's not one of these things that you can learn in a day. You can't just go out and learn to work a scythe. It takes years to work a scythe, and it's like a lot of the old sort of traditional skills, like woodworking skills and the stonemason skills, and there's almost a magical element to the knowledge, and the only way that you learn that stuff is by kind of osmosis, by being in the company of a master of that skill, and then somehow the knowledge magically transfers itself to you over time. And I've always thought that was a great... Life's a little bit like that as well. And so I wrote this song, and I thought I'd have a wee... because of my kind of agricultural or my rural background, I thought we'd have a wee quiz. And I've got something here. I love agricultural implements. So I've got a wee quiz for you. I'm going to show you this, and then I'll sing the song, and then you can see if you can tell me what it is. Now I don't know if you can see that in the maybe Jenny can give it to me on the camera number 4, like that. Yeah, there we go. So you can see it. It's got a pointed end here and a blade there. So that's your quiz. It's your agricultural hand tool quiz. And we'll talk about it after the song. But anyway, I wrote this song and... Tatty Faces are playing a wee bit better tonight. This new home of theirs, I think that maybe they're some lovely notes coming out of you guys tonight. Oh, I still remember when I first watched him work the blade. It was down in the Buckney Den. My questions tumbled and he said, oh, this is not a thing to learn inside a day. Stand closely by me and I'll try to show the way. You've got to hold it right. Feel the distance to the ground. Move with a touch so light until its rhythm you have found. Then you'll know what I know. Oh, wild are the ways we run when at last untethered out we fly, straight into the burning sun. Need no direction, no, not I. Is not a thing to learn inside a day. Stand closely by me and I'll try to show the way. You've got to hold it right. Feel the distance to the ground. Move with a touch so light until its rhythm you have found. Then you'll know what I know. And so, little dancing girl, you want to learn to play a tune, one that your heart can fill, to help you shine under the moon. Well, it is not a thing to learn inside a day. stand closely by me and I'll try to show the way. You've got to hold it right. Feel the distance to the sound. Move with a touch so light until its rhythm you have found. Then you'll know what I know. Then you'll know what I know. Thank you very much, and that's what my wee song, the scythe song, I call it. And so, have you had a wee think about the agricultural tool? Just down safely somewhere. Now, the reason that I use all these different guitars, for any guitar players who are watching, I use lots of different tunings, and it's much easier to have a few guitars already in the tunings so that I don't have to spend time tuning the guitar while we're doing our wee show. So let's get the tool back up again. Right, here we go. So have you any? I don't know if any of you have got this right in the quiz, but what it is, it's for topping. We call it a hook, and it's for topping and tailing turnips. And I've actually used one when I worked on the farm. We actually used to use these. This is years ago. I mean, you wouldn't do it now, but the farm that I worked on, we used these hooks for topping, and which means taking off the leaves, the shaws off the turnip, the leaves, and the point. And it's got the point. The point of the hook is for pulling the turnip up. So you pulled the turnip. You stuck that into the side of the turnip and pulled it out of the ground. And if you were really good, you could throw the turnip up in the air and then chop the leaves off it while it was falling through the air. And it was quite then you throw them into the bogie and you fill up a bogie full of them. But it's for topping and tailing turnips, and I'm sure a few of you have worked one of these things. It's a terrible job to do, topping and tailing turnips. But now they probably have a machine to do it, and so you don't need to. These beautiful old. I love the ingenuity of people, and the agricultural workers making the perfect tool for doing the job. And so anyway, that was just a wee bit of a distraction there. This is a song which this is the point of the wee concerts where we do a wee chorus, and this song it kind of keeps the agricultural kind of thing going, and it's kind of the next two songs are a wee bit kind of relevant, I think, to the kind of these times that we're in. Things are getting very strange at the moment and very difficult for everybody. So these wee songs might have. Anyway, I'll tell the story of this song. It was a friend of mine who had a farm not far from here, just down in Airntully, and he was confiding in me how he wanted to look after the land like his grandfather, because his father had worked the land and his grandfather. And he wanted to look after the land the same way as his grandfather had done, but was finding having all the chemicals and things that he was having to put on the fields and to make the fields grow more than he said. If you didn't put the chemicals on, the fields wouldn't grow anything because they'd been sort of so used so much, and he was he had a lot of problems with it. So he used to go climbing mountains to get away from it, and this song came from that. And you can sing the chorus, which goes, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. He says, rescue me. Okay? And we'll try. Mr. Tatty Face. Well, I have to tell you, actually, Duncan had a shot at the scythe this afternoon. I was talking about doing the song, and he's a bit of a show-off, Duncan, actually, and he got the scythe, and he says, "Oh, you said he was brilliant at the scythe." He said he was absolutely brilliant. I have feared for my life. He was swinging it about like above his head, and so no. Just thought I'd quietly tell you that. All right, Duncan. Old layers of time are buried ways the others have grown, and though sturdy and strong, his eyes open wide with each new unknown. And oh, it's for the air that he screams in the night. He's a servant of the seasons and the morning's early light. And the troubled one, he says, rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. Says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. He says, rescue me. That's what you sing when we try it. Here we go again. He says, rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. He says, rescue me. And see these guilty hands that envenom the soil, take the life from his fields. But now these book-reddened eyes have discovered the truth and what it conceals. And oh, it's for the air that he screams in the night. He's a servant of the seasons and the morning's early light. And the troubled one, he says, rescue me. Try it. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. He says, rescue me on this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. He says, rescue me. So the plough it will turn, and our hearts they will burn, for sair work's nae easy. But oh, the circle stone, this buzzard died, and this great unknown, oh, it goes on and on into the distance of time. And though it's for the earth that we scream in the night, we are servants of the seasons and the morning's early light. And the troubled ones, they say, rescue me. They say, rescue me. On this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. They say, rescue me. On this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. They say, rescue me. And this is where you sing it on your own. Is everybody ready? Have a wee mouthful of your wine. They say, rescue. Fantastic. It's so fantastic you can do it again with harmonies and some harmonies, again with a wee harmony or two. You know, have another glass, another mouthful of your wine and clear your throat. Here we go. We say red. They say, rescue me. They say, rescue me. On this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Rescue me. He says, rescue me. On this mountain's the only place I can see clearly. Say, rescue me. Yeah, well done, folks. That sounded great. No, I think it's brilliant. I mean, we're getting a lot of people watching these free shows, and I think it's fantastic that people all over the blooming planet are all singing at the same time. There'll be people in Florida singing, and people up in Canada singing, and people in Australia and Germany and Holland and down in on the south coast of England singing, and all singing at the same time. And that's the wonders of this technology which we have been using over the last 56 shows. And so that well done. And we'll finish with this wee song now. That's that guitar there. I need. Is it? got myself confused now. That's it. Yeah. And there's not much room on this stage. When I started doing these shows 56 shows ago, it was just me on my own, and then of course the Tatty Faces appeared, and they've kind of crowded me out here now with the on the stage. But they are lovely, and they've become quite a part of the. From when they arrived, they've become quite a part of the family now, and they do a lot of good work around the place. So I was kind of a wee bit. I felt bad about having a row with them about the shed, but I've got it all sorted out now. Anyway, it's very funny times at the moment, and this is this wee song. I wrote it, and it wasn't intended to be part of. It was just I wrote it a wee while ago. I've never recorded it, but it seems kind of relevant in these circumstances that we're all finding ourselves in. Because the one thing that will get us all through this is if we all look after each other, you know, and we all feel kind of connected and look after each other and make sure that nobody's having too hard a time, and try and recognise when anybody is having a hard time and give them a wee hand. And that's what this wee song's called. It's called Hold You Up. And I'm going to have a wee go at it now. So now the one problem when I wrote this song, I made too many words. I mean, it was one of them things I got kind of carried away with the writing of it, and it ended up making too many words. So it's like a bit of a tongue twister, trying to get my tongue around it all the time. So we'll try and see how we've got on. Now, and there's a wee line in it which it goes, the chorus says, I'm going to hold you up, on that you can depend. I'm the crazy fool that will be here until the end. I'm going to hold you up, keep you turned into the light. And what happened actually when my father, who was an old man, he was 85, but he was really sick at the end, and he was in a kind of hospice, and my son and daughter were up visiting him, and my father had been a gardener for the last 30 years of his life, 40 years, and worked on a big estate as a gardener. He was a brilliant gardener and had a kind of wonderful way with flowers and everything, just amazing. And he'd given my son and my daughter these beautiful big geranium plants and that. And my son Jamie, his one wasn't doing very well, you know. And so in the hospice, when my father was very ill, and for someone to say, Jamie had said, Grandad, the chrysanthemum's not doing very well. Have you any idea what I should do? And my dad had said, well, just keep it turned into the light, he says. Nothing thrives in the darkness, you know. And I thought that was a lovely thing for him to leave us with that kind of vision, and that kind of, I think that's quite important for us all, to just keep everybody turned into the light and not let any of us get into any kind of darkness. So that's what the chorus has got a bit of that in it. It's not a song I sing a lot, so I don't know if I will get on with this. Listen to me and I'll tell you what the old man said. It isn't difficult, believe me, it's all inside your head. We're standing here naked as the day that we were born. One step forward, another step, and then we must return. But I'm going to hold you up, on that you can depend. I'm the crazy fool that will be here until the end. I'll hold you up, keep you turned into the light, chase away your dangers, push your troubles out of sight. I'm going to hold you up, I'm going to hold you up. They say we're on our own, but really that is not exactly true. We're all connected to each other, no matter what we do. And every action has a consequence that we may never see. The circle turning, ever turning, turning endlessly. Oh, I'm gonna hold you up, on that you can depend. I'm the crazy fool that will be here until the end. turned into the light. Chase away your dangers, push your troubles out of sight. I'll hold you up, hold you up. Let's take a toast together wildly as we lose another day. Souls united, we wouldn't have it any other way. And like the dancer who with magic turns across the floor, we're all just Mother Nature's children knocking at the door. Now I'm going to hold you up, on that you can depend. I'm the crazy fool that will be here until the end. Hold you up, keep you turned into the light. Chase away your dangers, push your troubles out of sight. I'm going to hold you up, I'm going to hold you up. You can try singing that with me if you want. I'm going to hold you up, on that you can depend. I'm the crazy fool that will be here until the end. I'll hold you up, keep you turned into the light. Chase away your dangers, push your troubles out of sight. I'm going to hold you up, I'm going to hold you up. That was so good, I think we should do it one more time. All together now. I'm going to hold you up, on that you can depend. I'm the crazy fool that will be here until the end. I'll hold you up, keep you turned into the light. Chase away the dangers, push your troubles out of sight. I'm going to hold you up, I'm going to hold you up, I'm going to hold you up, I'm going to hold you up. Thank you very much, and that's my song, When I Hold You Up, and that was pretty good singing again. And sadly, that brings us to the end of our wee half an hour concert, Saturday night concert. This is where the wee spot where I'd like to just say thank you to all the folk. Now everything's getting kind of weird again, and I can see that the people in the just to say thank you to all the NHS people and all the people that are working really hard to keep the wheels of our lives kind of moving, and as things get tougher, and I don't know what like it is in the rest of the world, but we're starting to kind of lock down again over here in the UK, and it's slowly kind of getting pretty depressing. So, but we all stay cheery, and we'll all kind of build sheds and look after each other, and I'll see you next. Now the tickets are also on sale for the next 1 hour live show. It'll be live 58. But if you go to www.dougiemacleanlive.com, you can buy a wee ticket there, and that that's for the live 58. So anyway, thanks for joining us. I hope you've had a bit of fun in the last hour, half an hour, and I'll see you next Saturday for another wee free show. Thanks to the Tatty Faces for their wonderful contribution, to Jenny up the back for pressing the buttons, and I'd like to wish the Tatty Faces happiness in their new home. I've got to deal with them. I'm allowed one corner for putting my gardening tools, so that was the compromise that we came to this afternoon. But anyway, I think I'm going mad. Maybe I am, but anyway, take care of yourselves, and if I'll see you next weekend, Aikava, and bye-bye now.